finishing touch. New project for the 11 Gen Accord. I picked up the steering wheel right here online. I'm gonna be replacing it with that one. It's a regular carbon fiber. So I already started it. Disconnect the battery. I disconnected the ground only. I'm gonna kind of do it on reverse so you can see. I'm already taking off the steering wheel right now. I'm gonna show you how to put the airbag back, and then I'm gonna show you how to take it off. I think the most difficult part for me was when I did my 10th gen was taking off the airbag. So this one's easier in my opinion to take off the airbag. So right now we're gonna remove the screw and take off the steering wheel and reassemble all the parts on this one. So yeah, I did put a little piece of sticker right there, a little piece of tape. And I made sure that my car was straight when I parked it. All right, guys. Today's video is going to be installing the carbon fiber steering wheel. I already installed it. Just to give you a heads up, if you guys didn't see something or something I missed something, I have a playlist of all the videos I use to do installs. So look at the video that I watched to learn how to do it. And go to playlist and you'll see right there it says videos I use to do installs. Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked the video. So to remove that screw, I actually used my breaker bar, and I used some of these things that I had bought from Harbor and Freight a while back. It'll be ideal to have a shorter one of these, but this is the only one I had available. This one is a 10 millimeter. So you put it there and then you just break it. It's kind of hard to break it, you know. So I hold it with one hand and I push it down with the other one. I got outside the car and I did it that way. All right, once you remove the screw, you're gonna take it out. And you're gonna take this clip off right here. It's gonna push out. Okay, once you have that one off, this one, the steering wheel should just come right off. Just like that. Be careful with this piece right here, this clock spring. I heard this clock spring not supposed to move. So if you want to put tape on it so it could hold straight in the middle, I would do that. So just like that. This is the airbag right there, and the horn is over here on this one, and the main harness is right there on this. So when you take this steering wheel apart, you're gonna leave the back part of the steering wheel on. It's gonna be the OEM part you're gonna use. So let's get to it. All right, so I'm gonna start taking the steering wheel apart. So there's one screw right here, one here, one here, and that's gonna be the first step. You're gonna remove these screws. Make sure you put that ground back on there. You're gonna remove this one and this one. So all these screws have like thread lock on it, so every time you turn it, it's still hard. So just make sure you push firm on the screwdriver so you won't strip the screw. So now you can remove these, the harness for the switches. All you have to do is put a screwdriver in there or do it with your finger. You could just push it in and then push it down. All right, so as you can see, it's coming off right here already. I just kept messing with it. I didn't use any pry tools or anything. I'm just pushing it out right here. Okay, once you have this off right here, one of these stood inside there, so it's okay though. So take this off, and then you have the steering wheel, right? And then you'll be able to take this one off. This one had like little clips on the sides holding it in there. All you have to do is put them to the sides and then push them out, push it out. These little clips right here holding it in. You do one side and then you do the other side. Just like that. Take it out from here, from this piece. Okay, once you have that done, now you could remove this piece right here. I don't even think you have to remove this one. All you need is this back part, because the back part has the harness on it, and it comes with all these wires. So it's already coming off down here. It looks like it's being holded by these things right here. I don't know what they are in these corners. All right, you could even use a needle nose to push these in. You're gonna push it in, and then these over here, you're gonna get this one and then like close it, and then you'll be able to take it off. Like that. And now you got it off. Okay. So put that aside, and then what you're gonna have to use are gonna be these pins right here. Just make sure that you know how they go in and how you put them on. So I'm gonna do one at a time, and then I'm gonna see how it's done. So I'm gonna start with the left side one. So I'm gonna look at it, see how it is. I'm gonna get it and pull it out this way. Get it, push it out this way. And I'm gonna go to the other steering wheel. Make sure I do it properly. Get it, put it in there. Just like that. So this is important, because if you don't put those things on, your steering wheel is not gonna hold, the airbag is not gonna hold. So if you don't do this, your airbag is not gonna hold on to your steering wheel. This is fairly simple. The other one was kind of hard. The 10 gen was a little bit difficult. You had to kind of like force it to go around. Like that, you're done. So this is no longer needed. Once you got that done, then you get your harness or the backing of the steering wheel, and you put it on. Make sure there's the wires on through here. This is gonna go here. These are gonna go through the sides, and then this one's gonna go through the top. So just clip it back in there. Make sure everything's on properly, like in the back over here. It seals properly. It sits in, closes. So if you have a Sport, this plastic back here is already gonna have the paddles right here. So it's gonna be like an extra step. Mine's not a Sport, so it doesn't have it. But you would have to take off the paddles, I think, in order to take off the harness. I think that's how I did it. But mine didn't have that, so you don't have to worry about that. So this one is already ready to go almost. So the next step will be putting these onto the carbon fiber thing. So this one's gonna go on this side. Actually, this is gonna be pretty easy. I just put it in there and it's just snap on. Just be careful when you put it on. Make sure all the clips are lining up and everything. Just like that. So it had like some little guides right here. I don't know if you can see them. It's like a little lines right here. It also has guides in some other places, like over here, like right here. So just make sure you guide it properly, and then when you look at it, that it's on properly and it clips on. It's not loose or nothing. So then you do the same thing to the other one. You can see right here it had like a little, so you're gonna put it in there and then you're gonna look over here. See right here, it's not in right properly. You pick it up and you're gonna make sure that it goes where it's supposed to, like right there. See, but then this one has to go in. So it's a little bit of messing around with, so you could get it properly. Once you get it on, you'll know you got it on, because it'll snap on nicely. So once you got that like that, then you go to your steering wheel and you just connect these on there. You can put these on like that, and then you just connect the plugs. Before you push it down on completely. Make sure it snaps in there. Like that. Now that you have it like that, then you could go ahead and push down on it. So you hear that click, whatever, and it's done. So right now we're just gonna put the screws back on. Put the ground one first. And then, all right, so it's done. It's ready to go back on the car. All right. So now I'm gonna put this in here. Put these wires in through the middle. I'm gonna take off the tape that I put to hold the clock thing. The spring clock. And then I'm gonna try to put it right in the center. Try to get it to where the other one matched up, because that's gonna be probably a lot of people's problems, that when they put it on, it's not straight. Because sometimes when you're trying to loosen the steering wheel, you move the steering wheel, and then when you put it back on, it's not straight anymore. So you have to take it off and move it, like it has like some teeth, some gear, so you might have to move it like one teeth to the left, one to the right, or whatever. So that's the downfall of trying to get it straight. So it looks like it's right. It's right in the middle perfectly. My tape matched up, and then this one right here, this one is gonna go in here. This is the one you took off. This is the main wire harness for the steering wheel. That one. These are gonna be your airbags. This is gonna be your horn. So that's it. That's really not really much to it. So these plugs, they're kind of easier than the other one that I did last time. These ones have space, so you could be able to, you push them from the sides. I actually just did it with my hand. You push it from the side, from each side, and then you kind of push it in, and then you pull it out. These are the ones that go on the airbag. So they go here on the back of the airbag. And I took a picture of it just to make sure I don't put them on backwards. But I don't think you can mess it up, because they're like that. So this one's gonna go to the left, this one's gonna go to the right. So I took a picture just to be sure. So now what I'm gonna do is just tighten up the screw, put the screw back on, and connect the battery, and hopefully everything goes good. So when you get the bag, you're gonna get it's gonna be like this down. So when you take it off, you take off the horn first, which is this one over here, this black one, and then you're able to get it a little bit downer. So then you get these, and you push them, put them in. So as you can see there, this is the way that it is. This is the way you take it off. One's gonna go on this side, one's gonna go on that side, and the horn is gonna be this one. So what I did first, when I took it off, I took off the horn first. Once you take off the horn, then you're able to move it down a little bit more like this. So let me double check, because one's gray and one's black, right? Oh no, but right here it shows gray and this is black, so you can't mess up. So if you look at these, so this is gonna go in here, just like that. This is gonna go here. It has a color coordination already right there. And then the horn, it goes over here on the top one. Just like that. Then you get your bag, and you just push it in, and you're done. Now let's connect the battery and see if all the codes turn on again. So there it is, nice and thick. So right here, I have the black emblem, so I'm gonna put the black emblem. All right, so I just connected the battery right now. A lot of people don't like to disconnect the battery because then all these lights turn on. So, you know, I just did it this time. The last time I did it without disconnecting the battery, but you have to be careful. So let's turn it on. So you can see all the codes on. We're gonna try the function. Well, everything should work because you're using the same things here. But the audio's off. So when you see the code like this, don't try to press any numbers. Just hold this one down. And that's it. So I know a lot of people they're asking like, what's the code? Like, there's no code, dude. So just do that. So as you can see, all this should be working. The volume's working. You're using your same instruments here, so everything should be working, you know. So right now I'm gonna go for a quick drive, see if I can get these codes off. The last time I disconnected the battery, it took a long time for the codes to go off. I was getting kind of worried already because the first time I disconnected the battery, I just went down the block, and once I came back up, it was already, all the codes were gone. But the second time I disconnected the battery, it stood on for a long time. I was like, hey, are they gonna go off or not? But I heard that you have to drive your car like at 30 miles per hour for a certain amount of time for they could go away, because all the sensors of the car have to get adjusted again. So you're gonna go around with me right now to see how long it takes for it to go away. So it seems like I did a good job. I was hearing some noises back here on the steering wheel, but it's a tape that I left on there. I was getting kind of worried that why is it making noise. There it is. So yeah, it seems like it's in the middle. Yeah, it's pretty. I did a good job this time. I mean, the last time I did it, I had to take it out twice. So this time it seems like it's right in the middle. It's perfect. So yeah, the codes are going off right now. So I'm gonna drive it for a little while, see if it clears up. Everything's going off. That's why a lot of people don't like to take off the battery, because they don't like to deal with that stuff. But have to be careful when taking off the airbag that you don't make contact with it or something and it goes off on you. You know, it could blow up on your face or whatever. So that's like a concern of not having the airbag, the battery disconnected. So on this steering wheel, from what I've been seeing, is that this steering wheel is the same as the CRV, Civic, Acura, Integra, the Accord. They all have the similar steering wheel. If your buttons look like these, most likely you have the same steering wheel as a Accord. So when buying a steering wheel like this, you could get one that says it's for Civic. It's the same thing, because you're gonna use, all you have to make sure that these knobs are the same, and you'll be fine. Like, you know, so you don't have to worry about. So a lot of people, they try to upcharge you for the steering wheel because they say that it's for 11th gen Accord, and so nobody knows, or people are really finding out that this steering wheel is for, it's similar to all the new generation Accords and Acuras. They mostly all have the same steering wheel, so those steering wheels fit. When I really started looking at steering wheels, I was looking at the Civic, and I knew that the Civic one, the new Civic, had the same steering wheel as the new Accord, so I was like, oh, that one's gonna fit. So I haven't turned off yet. I've been driving around for a little while already. The last time I just went down the block and it turned off right away. So like I was telling you, like sometimes it doesn't go off right away. Like it's just supposed to it'll just turn off by itself. So what we could try right now is we're gonna turn off the car and then drive it some more. All right, so I've been driving like for 5 minutes. It still haven't went away. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna shut it off and then turn it back on and then drive it again to see if it shuts off, if it fixes the problem. So we're gonna retry. So it's still on. So now we're gonna drive it again and see if it turns off. All right, so after the second time that I did it, I drove it around and it still was not coming on. I turned off the car, I let it sit probably for 5 minutes, and then I turned it back and I actually closed the doors and walked away from the car. Got back in the car, and now they're gone already. All the lights are gone. Everything is back in order. Sort of has to, like, I don't know if you know that when your car, once it turns off, it takes like a little while for it to go to sleep. So you have to wait like at least 5 minutes or 3 minutes for the car to go back to sleep, like completely, like for all the power could turn off from the car. So once that happened, I turned it back on and everything's fine already. So there you go. That's going to be completing the video for the install of the carbon fiber steering wheel. Just don't get frustrated on the lights and all that stuff. That's why those batteries, taking off the battery, it kind of is not good on these cars because they have so many sensors and stuff. But just know that eventually, like, you turn off your car like once or twice, you know, let it sit for a while. Just don't drive it like for an hour straight and wondering why the lights don't turn off. You know, that's why I made this video at the end, so that way you guys can know every time you disconnect the battery, something happens to the dashboard, that all the sensors go off and you get worried because you're like, hey, what are those lights? The Christmas tree, they call it the Christmas lights. So there you go. Everything's back in order, everything's working, and I have some videos coming up, so stay tuned. I hope you guys like the videos, and share, and subscribe, and if they helped you, give it a thumbs up.